like a realization, like, and I got really emotional, to be honest with you. Like, it hit me that you're not doing enough for your vision. And you're going to have to start, if I cannot do things all by myself, if I, like, for instance, I want to do all this content, I can only do so much by myself. I'm going to have to start figuring out who I need to bring on, who I need to hire, who I need to pay to do different things to make this a reality. And until I'm willing to do that, then my seriousness towards my vision is not there.
How do full-time employees like us do everything it takes to build a thriving online business today? How do you not become a statistic of another failed business, all while balancing full-time career and life? We don't have all the answers, but we're figuring it out. Welcome to Entrepreneurs with Jobs. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Belated.
I know. Yes, and happy almost birthday. Happy birthday in arrears.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, in advance.
Yeah, arrears.
I knew it was one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, our quarantine birthday.
Quarantine birthday, digital happy hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those work. So the hustle, what's been going on that front? How have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Ultra productive.
Oh,
Ultra productive.
right.
So I can hear the war that's happening behind you.
Yes, that's my other job.
Yeah. So ultra productive. So you remember I've been feeling overwhelmed and then overthinking and lack of inaction. So what I did was I had
put
to
everything down last time we met. You made like an outline of all you needed to do.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I put everything down, created a system. I also invested in a course because I found
the productivity course.
Yeah. So it's by Ramit Sethi. I'm pretty sure his last name is Sethi. I've invested in a few of his programs before. His book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich on Personal Finance, got me out of debt a long time ago. Probably in 2009. I was in like credit card debt from a financial situation that was out of my control, but had to take it upon myself and then paid off. It was like I was at a credit score of like 460.
Wow.
Now I'm like at 809, and then
Nice.
paid off all debts. No credit card, no student loans. Paid off the lien on my credit score. Was taken to had like a thing that said that was taking me to court, and then I was looking for. I heard him on a podcast, bought his book, and then he helped me automate my finances. So I haven't missed a financial payment since 2008.
Very good. Very good.
So I don't even think about it anymore. And I've just built back up my credit. And so I'm one of his success stories, and I've never ever told him.
Nice. Well, you should go leave him a review with that. I'm sure he would appreciate.
Oh well, I sent his team a message recently because they're the ones helping me out with accountability. Mm-hmm. So his thing was I got a message because I'm on everybody's email list for something about on productivity and like not finishing stuff that you start or being overwhelmed. I was like, you know what, I'll invest in this because his previous programs I've invested in and I've gotten results.
Mm-hmm.
Like he makes the best programs. I was like, okay, there's like a 30-day there's a 30-day guarantee. If I don't like it, I'll just return it. And then I've been more productive than I've ever been because I've been following the system. And then there's some of these things I've already known. I've just already known. I've learned them somewhere else, but putting into a system, having little action steps, and then also investing the money to take it seriously is what got me back on track. And I've been more productive than I've ever been. I focused for like 4 hours straight yesterday. I'm working on developing the habit of getting back to just focusing and then being able to have like uninterrupted time and just to work on the business. I'm dedicating about 2 hours every day for just building up that foundational habit of just 2 hours of focus. And then so I'm doing that for like the next 30 days. But he said for a week, but I'm actually going to go for 66 days because the science says to create a simple habit, it takes 66 days before it becomes automatic. So I'm going to go through that in just 2 hours of just uninterrupted work for 66 days.
Very good. Very good.
That's one of the things I've been doing.
First of all, I mean, that's awesome I'm glad that you can even the 2 hours of like really focused attention on something, I mean, for me, it would have to be between the hours of like 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. or something like. So,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that you're able to do that. That's really the first, first big step. Just really honing in. So,
Hmm.
tell us more. Tell us more. What else have you been
So
productive?
4 hours yesterday, 2 hours yesterday. I'm keeping a log too to make sure that I can build up the habit. So
Mhm.
I'm implementing all the different things I'm learning from the program, and it's a simple program. One of the other takeaways from this is that I don't need to create a complicated program, just a program that's effective. It could be
That work.
simple but effective, and this is what this program is teaching me. It's only a 7-day program, and a lot of there's not a lot of content to go through. It's just high value content. He's interviewed some of the most successful people like Charles Duhigg, who wrote The Art of Habit, and then Leo Babauta, the guy who writes for Zen Habits. He created that company, and then so he went over like what their different strategies were for building up habits, and then his own strategies, and I've just been implementing that, seeing what works, and then I'm just just taking off. So I've been keeping track. So I've been consistently doing at least 2 hours. The last 3 days, 4 hours consistent, like just focused work.
That's good.
Yeah. And on top of that, I am going to build the new business, which is I'm going to start delivering marketing services to entrepreneurs, focusing on the business coaching niche. So I've already creating a list of, so far I'm on like 50 business contacts, and I'm just going through Google, looking up all of the, I'm interested in business coaches. I can give them advice and separate myself from every other marketer or website designer. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna build my virtual team. I'm gonna find copywriters. I'm gonna find website designers, and then so I don't have to do the work. I can just do the strategy. And then I'm gonna start building this, and I'm gonna create my resource list, or my contact list, my client database. And then once I get to like a good amount, um I'm going to be able to write about or contact all of these people, then build up my team, then get my team to be able to build this. The simple need is people who have outdated websites. That's what I'm going to go towards. And then I have all of this back end stuff I can build. So that's what I'm going to be testing, and then creating content around personal branding. All the marketing stuff is going to be going onto the YouTube, but this is going to be getting me my clients like right away and testing this and see if I like that industry. And if I don't, I have a team I can still start pivoting and doing different business services towards. And if I can help you out soon.
I was gonna ask you, like, is Lisa Mama on that contact list of businesses?
They are.
Just checking. I'm gonna take offense, but I want to
No,
learn
you're
more.
like on the top one.
All right, good,
Industry,
good.
e-commerce. Even though I'm targeting business coaches, I still put you up at like the top.
All right, thank you. That's awesome. I feel like something tells me that you probably will be more excited about this.
What can you
Um,
tell?
yeah. Just from our interaction over the last few months, this is sort of things that come natural to you, and I think being able to build a team, and the fact is there's the need too
The
for it,
need.
so yeah, I think it's I'm optimistic. I didn't like the little comment you made there earlier though about I'm gonna see if I like it. Like, no, don't start thinking like that.
Yeah.
So
If
let's
I
think
enjoy it,
optimistically.
I will find what I like in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
also, another thing that I found was, have you heard of Tom Bilyeu? He does Impact Theory on YouTube, interviews some of the most successful entrepreneurs, business people, thought leaders, everybody that you've ever known. He's probably interviewed. It's a really good YouTube channel.
what is it called?
Tom Bilyeu, Impact Theory. He's the co-founder of
Impact
Quest
Theory.
Bars. They're $1 billion company. So he's not just like a regular motivational speaker or like mindset guy, but he's built $1 billion
He's built
business.
a business too.
Yeah. So I've always loved his content, and then he had like this free course on mindset, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this course on mindset. And then that was one of the other things that helped me get back onto focus, was like that mindset course, which was just free. He just gave it out to get your email address. And
Mm-hmm.
then from Tom Bilyeu, that's one of the things that help me get back and focus, and to just to figure stuff out.
I like it. Check you out.
Oh, I remember why I brought him up, because he talks about having an interest and you can develop that into desire. So now I have this interest, I can figure out what I want and what passion I can bring out of it to create the desire in it, instead of just trying to figure out if I like it or not, right? So that's the point that you're making, and I agree.
Mhm.
I will find the desire within this new business, and I already have a deep interest in it anyways.
Okay. And I know I've shared this with you earlier because, no matter what it is that we end up chasing after, you're going to come up against those roadblocks and those deterrents. So you sort of have to anticipate that and position your mind on how you're going to get around them, and not just like, well, this must mean I don't like it.
Yeah,
Or this must
risk
be not
mitigation.
for me. Exactly. So you need to start thinking about that, especially given that you're prone. You have a history of um, you know,
Yes.
getting bored or losing disinterest or over time or lack of motivation, or I don't know, whatever the word is. At least from
Yeah,
this
after
angle.
like 6 years, yes. The
Okay, fine.
dating stuff was 6 years, but
All
the
right,
dating
fine.
stuff, the realization I have is having fulfillment from the process or happiness, and I don't have that anymore from that at all. Like there's
Uh,
nothing, and
all
it's the
right,
fact that,
fine.
remember, I compared it to my day job. I got more meaning from my day job than I got from my side work.
What are you trying to say about our day job? Is it that bad?
I like my day job. It's just the side work I should like more. You know what I mean?
Hang on a second. Yes, I'm on a podcast.
Bye.
Go. All right. That's my cousin.
Yeah, that's your cousin.
Um.
This is my quarantine here.
So, what was I gonna?
That's your intern?
um,
Yeah.
ish, yeah, on occasion. Point is, you've been super focused. You now have more clarity around what it is you're going to be focusing on. So I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. I can't wait to see this unfold.
I'm excited.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
excited because this is like the perfect opportunity, because I learned about building a virtual team through Billie Jean. It was like a different product. And I never thought about building a virtual team. And then the way that he's laying everything out, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is doable. And this is exactly what I need. I don't want to do the work. Like, I'd rather consult and have a team build the strategy, because I love the strategy. I love being able to do that. I love optimizing. I love looking at things and then knowing, based on all the things I've learned over like the past 6-7 years, even in college, that being able to implement that now, I can just outsource it to a team, and it's perfect.
Yeah, I recall, I think in one of our earlier episodes, you had shared exactly that about how you would rather, consult and come up with a strategy, but you don't want to be the implementer.
Yeah. This
of
works
it.
out too, because while we're working day jobs, we're entrepreneurs with jobs. I can manage the client relationship still at work, especially since we're full-time work from home now.
Oh, well, that's news to our listeners.
Yeah.
So as of this week, Jeff and I's what was previously a temporary work from home situation due to COVID, has now become a permanent work from home situation. Our team has now moved to work from home, permanent work from home. So yeah, we're no longer going to the office, and yeah.
Well, we'll try to schedule something.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we should. I think we should. Yeah, it'd be good to get together.
Work out, and then work on podcasts and business stuff.
Yeah, I think it'd be good every so often, like have that FaceTime. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I think ultimately, it's gonna be a net advantage for us. For our hustles and our businesses. So I'm thankful for
Yeah,
the
me too.
opportunity. Yeah.
Mixed reviews at first.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
ultimately, yeah, very, very good, Jeff. Glad to hear all your great updates. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Happy for
So
you.
it's good. You need to go through that dip and that hump, and then figure out how to get past it.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the process. It's part of the process, and it's just figuring out where you're at and figuring out how you need to, how to, if you're in the slum, figuring out, how recognizing where you're at and then figuring out how to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. And then even just like unloading all the stress that's on your mind, just getting it down on paper, getting it down on a Word doc, then being able to sort through it, and then also looking at like one of the other things that helped me was this was in the finisher's formula, was writing down all the beliefs that I had, and then reframing them into something a little bit more positive or productive. And that actually like unloaded it. Just the fact of just journaling is like a documented like scientific way of helping you deal with stress. And then also reframing, like we talked about in a previous podcast, is like one of the most powerful cognitive tools that is used everywhere in like cognitive behavioral therapy, to like most therapies have it. And then being able to just do that for like this, for business specifically, that was one of the things that this helped me unload that stress and process it faster.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
Okay, I guess
What about you, Fisayo?
it is my turn on the hot seat. The past week was very interesting. So the first half of the week, because I think last time we met, I told you that I was going to start focusing on content creation, blog posts and whatnot. Yeah. So what I did was I started doing a lot of research on just the best way to create content. So blog posts and things of that nature. And looking at other sites that currently do it and trying to, gain some intelligence around what the common like themes are, like how do you, especially other e-commerce sites, trying to see what kind of content are they creating that are resonating with their audience. So with that information, I was able to come up with almost like a content
calendar?
map. Not a calendar. I didn't get the calendar yet, but like a content, like my dump sheet.
Okay.
And then after my dump sheet, then I started to I created 3 categories of content that I was going to sort of organize the blog with. So I have that, and then I allocated the different topics under each category.
Oh, nice.
Now I have a spreadsheet that has my categories across, and then I have the content that will fall under each category. So I've done that, which was good. The next step, of course, would be to do the calendar. But in the process of doing all of that, as I was focusing on the content, I had an experience this like midweek that almost like I don't know what to call it. It's like a new realization.
Okay, like an epiphany?
Not an epiphany. So I was having a conversation with my friend, and we were talking about the business, and it was really in depth, really deep conversation. And I had to face some truths about myself with respect to at least the mama.
Okay.
Over the last few weeks, I've been thinking about the vision that I have for this business, and my goal is to be the #1 African print kids brand, period. I want to rank #1. I want to be #1, period.
Just #1.
And just #1.
Top. Yeah.
Top. I want to be the top, because I feel like there's an opportunity there, and I feel like I have what it takes to be that.
Yep. I agree.
However, when I started to assess what I have been putting in, it is not aligned to that goal. Right? It's not in alignment with that goal. One of the things that, for instance, I have not done my LLC. Okay. How can I talk about wanting to be #1 and I don't have my freaking LLC done? And then the other thing too is I was listening to a podcast on how I built it, and there was an episode where the guy says the short of what he was saying was, you have to have skin in the game. Like, you have to bet against yourself, in the sense of, like, if you believe in an idea, you're gonna have to do the hard things. You're gonna have to like invest so much that like you have to put something on the line. You're gonna have to put something on the line if you really believe in your idea. And you're going to be willing to fail. You're going to be willing to make mistakes. You're going to be willing to lose money because you're so convinced that this idea ultimately is going to be beneficial. It's going to be successful. But if you're not doing all those things, it's almost a show of your level of confidence in your idea.
And commitment.
And belief. in it.
Wow.
So I realized that I didn't have enough skin in the game. You know, I've been putting a lot of effort, but it's all effort it's all comfortable effort. It's all comfortable investments. It's all things that I'm okay with parting with. There's nothing I have put in so far that will hurt me beyond like emotions. Nothing tangible that will like, you know, yeah, that I would be impacted by the loss of if the business went under. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one thing that I do know is, from all the, stories and businesses that I've learned about, you can build a little mom and pop business like that. You can build a little social media business like that. And that's the other part too. Focusing so much on like the little onesie twosie followers. Like I am trying to build a business.
Mm-hmm.
Like Instagram followership, while it's nice, that cannot be my focus. And I know I spend a lot of time on social media, but it's like, yes, you might get followers, but this is not how businesses are built. It's
Depends. I know somebody with successful businesses on Instagram.
It's
That's
not,
all
but it's not, but it's not, somebody.
I know one person, yeah. But that's like that's his full business is Instagram. And he teaches
a somebody. But the reality is, if you're really trying to build a business, unless you have a very sound social media strategy, and that's like
he does.
You just can't. I think not the way I'm doing it.
Yeah, you need to know how so what he does is he knows exactly how to track his Instagram leads into his sales funnel and how much he's making off of Instagram. That's why he knows that he's making money off Instagram. But a lot of people don't know the analytics, so they don't know where to focus their time on.
I mean, I will not lie. Right now, a lot of my business comes from Instagram. I mean, majority of the business comes from Instagram. So yes, I am getting business from Instagram, but not the volume
that you want.
It's not the volume that I would, and if I kept at this pace, not the volume that would make me number one.
Yeah.
So
it's not the highest ROI for your time and effort.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And I feel like, I focus on them because I do Instagram, I get sales, but it's like, this is not the kind of sales that I'm chasing after. It's not these like, 10 sales and 50 a month. And, that's not what I'm trying to do. When I look at the metrics of the, that company that's ranking number one and they're getting 200,000 organic traffic a month, and I'm like there on Instagram getting my like however many sales a month. The short of it is I need to start taking the steps that will put Elisa Mama on the pathway to us becoming number one. Of which there will need to be investments, monetary investments. Right now I've not really invested anything substantial that there's really nothing substantial. Like they're all things that I can.
How much is substantial?
Well, right now, like let's say hypothetically, like into Elisa Mama, maybe I've like spent like all together to like get it started, not more than like $10,000, not more.
Okay.
Not more. Of which the business itself has like, we have revenue and whatnot. So it's, I mean, who knows what substantial is. So parking that aside. The other part too is right now, Elisa Mama is a one-man shop. And the success of Elisa Mama is largely dependent on my availability and dependent on the time that I have to spend on Elisa Mama. And the reality is it's not a whole lot of time. I don't have a whole lot of time, and I don't want myself to be the single point of failure, which it is right now for the business. When I think about it, what? Bottleneck. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so all right. I'm going to interrupt you really quick. Remember how I completely forgot what word was when we were talking about project management? And then we were trying to figure out what that word is? It's bottleneck. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Congratulations.
Oh, that was like 3 episodes later. Okay, sorry.
More like 4. So, I feel like, it's all me and I have a limited amount of time. And the other thing that really hit me, I've been talking about, I just started this business, but I'm going on year 2 in October. So with all of that put together, the fact that I I have this goal, this vision for this business. And the fact that I'm limited in what I can do by myself, um, I'm going to have to start taking some very bold steps to get Elisa Mama to be where it wants to be. Because when I put my vision down, so I put together my vision for the business, I put it down on paper. And when I look at the things that I have as my vision, I realized I'm not even close. I mean, based on my understanding, it is not, and based on where I'm at and the timeline of the business, I don't believe I'm doing or putting in what the business needs to accomplish that vision. I feel like what I'm putting in now is enough for like a side hustle, what will remain a side hustle. So, and that's not my vision. If that was my vision, that could be fine, but that's not my vision. I want to do this on my full time eventually. That's my goal. I need to put some timelines around that too, but we'll get to that separately. So that's my goal. And as I was thinking about that, it hit me because right now, there's a big social aspect of what I do with Elisa Mama, which is, to help and provide opportunities in Nigeria. But I was thinking, if I want to really be number one kids brand and I really want to get all this traffic, I'm going to have to be very thoughtful about production, of which all the production we might not be able to do all the production in Nigeria. I might have to partner with a more established production organizational company or like a
manufacturing plant or
manufacturer, and because I cannot be number one with a system that is just up and coming. Like, while that would never stop, we're going to keep at that. But if we start getting the attention that I'm looking to give Elisa Mama, we're going to need to be in a place where we can manufacture at scale quickly. Right now I'm getting a little taste of that. I've been getting a number of wholesale orders in the last week or so. I'm on my second or third one now. And, we don't have the items in stock. And so we have to make them in Nigeria. And then on top of that, with the whole COVID situation, things are not moving as quickly. And so just park that aside. The point is, in order to meet the vision, I'm parking all over.
Yeah.
But it was like a realization, like, and I got really emotional, to be honest with you. Like, I was like in tears. This was like on the 19th. What day was this? Like, I remember the day where it's like, it hit me that you're not doing enough for your vision. And you're going to have to start, if I cannot do things all by myself, for instance, I want to do all this content. I can only do so much by myself. I'm going to have to start figuring out who I need to bring on, who I need to hire, who I need to pay to do different things to make this a reality. And until I'm willing to do that, then my seriousness towards my vision is not there. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's what I'm. That's my situation this past week. So
those are always fun. Emotional business. I don't know I know what word you're trying to find. I can't find it either, but I've had those. You're just so emotional. You have like this realization, and then it just hits you, and you're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had those. I've had like breakdowns.
Yeah, I mean, it really was for me, and because it's like because right now, like I said, I'm talking about, okay, yeah, I want to be this and this and this, and it's like, if you know for sure, like, that's what I always remind myself, like, if I know in the next year Elisa Mama is going to be a 6-figure business, let's say hypothetically, or not 6-figure, like $1 million revenue business. 6-figure is like nothing. $1 million revenue business, it's nothing. Wouldn't I give it all that it needed to make that a reality? So if I really, and I believe it has the potential to be that, maybe not next year, but I strongly believe it has the potential to be that. There's an opportunity out there. So it's like, I kind of need to remind myself that, because I feel like every time it comes to the business, I'm always a little bit risk averse. I'm incredibly risk averse. I don't want to, I worry, of course, but
yeah, of course.
Every business you have to invest into it. Even big successful businesses, they go for seed funding and they go for Series A and Series B and all of these things. And investors are willing to give their money because they believe in the idea. So if I truly believe in this idea, if I'm truly convinced, then I'm gonna have to start putting my money where my mouth is, or whatever that is saying is.
Yeah, you got it right. Or put
I got,
skin into the game.
but yeah, you need to put skin in the
You
game.
do. You
You
have
need
to
to put
put
skin,
skin in the
and
game.
I don't have skin in the game, and I had to come to terms with that reality. I do not have skin in the game. I don't. I don't. And the other parties, like I said, I'm the rate limiting step, and we're gonna grow very, very, very slow at this rate. If I keep being the sole developer, sole marketer, sole social media everything, we're not gonna
CEO,
see
podcaster.
podcaster and then mother. Like, I cannot take all the jobs. I can't wear all the jobs, not forever. And going on a year two, no, I can't do all the jobs. Given my vision, if this was not my vision, I understand. But given my vision, and that's why I think having that clarity around the vision was really helpful for me. It was very helpful for me to actually like see that. I was like, okay, that's where you're trying to go. Then your steps are going to have to step up. So
Yeah, see, that makes sense.
Feel free to mindset me. Over to you.
That's a great realization, because one of the work ratios I used to give clients was, okay, what are your goals? What is your vision? Where do you see yourself down the line after our coaching? What is that? And then they'll say it, and then what is the action that you're taking in relation to the goal that you want to achieve? If they don't match, it's usually like a number from like 1 to 10, and then there's like this epiphany: I'm not putting in the work, the hard work that has to go in to achieving that goal. I forgot what it was called. It's like work something effort ratio. And then that was, see, like I completely forgot about that until now. And then for this new goal, for the new business I'm building, I'm definitely going to be putting in that vision, putting in the goal, what I want out of the business, and then looking at the work to ratio effort of what I need to go, and then with the team that I need to hire, or freelancers that I need to hire, and create a system around that. Because now it goes into like the nitty gritty, like how do I manage clients and how do I get deliverables done and what am I offering? It's definitely a great realization, and it's one of those ones that I've had in the past with the dating business, being overwhelmed with team members not working, the vision that we're putting in, effort that was going towards not moving the business forward. Those are all huge things that I had to learn while building a business on the side that didn't move things forward, that I can finally take and into this pivot. Actually, it's more like me creating a new business. It's just I have all my resources that I've learned previously, building it to this, and then now understanding that. And then this is perfect. Like our podcast is perfect for like the accountability and what we're learning together. It's just nice to be able to have that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's good, Fisayo. It's a good realization. It's intense though. I've been there. It's so intense.
It was like I was just like crying, and I was just like, oh my God, it was just really emotional. I'm like, how can I have gone this long without getting my LLC? Like, how can I claim trying to build this thing? Like, which business is out there without like being official? Like, you have to be official, So it's like, come on to myself, come on, what's wrong with you? Get it together. So I don't know what this will translate to in terms of like, how am I going to get it together? One thing I do know, I need support. I need support that I will need to probably have some paid support. I'm looking ahead now towards, the holiday season. Of course, we've heard that like spending is going to dip by 2/3 based on, the state of affairs in the world right now. But still, there will still be some spending happening. And looking ahead, like, how can I get in front of, how can I make at least Mama be a part of that holiday shopping experience? How can I be out there or get out there? So one thing I'm thinking really, really actively about, and I I wish I had like a clear roadmap, but I keep thinking back at the away girl story, because that's like
Let's
the
hear your
podcast.
motivation. Yeah.
Yes, the away girls are like goals, and I think about their journey when they started their business, and I even think about Tom's too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first people away hired was PR. Before they had any product out there, before they had anything, they had a PR person or company or whatever it is they hired, and they actually sold. They were sold out before they even had a tangible product to offer.
They pre-sold, but they also had a book. They didn't even
So
have the book.
They used the book.
They used the book, even though they didn't have the book.
If they didn't have the book, they used the book. Yeah, and but the point is, they were able to use the book to sell based on the PR work that was done.
Yes.
That's what helped them build that buzz that made people even think about them and wanting to even check them out and take a risk on them because they were a brand new company.
It's actually a common tactic on the digital marketing side. Just a lot of people don't know about it. People don't create. Yeah, actually, even not even a lot of digital marketers know about it either. It's it's just selling it and trying to pre-sell it before you can ever buy it. Before anyone can ever buy it. If people are willing to like take out their wallets and say that they're willing to get this in however long from now and pre-buy it, there's there's a demand for it.
There's something there.
Yeah, instead of waiting all of this time, you can be a lot more agile. This is how I wasted so much time with the previous dating company creating programs that nobody bought. And then when I figured out I got away from the team, was finally able just to focus on marketing and then trying to figure out how to sell this first. That's when I made sales before I had the completed membership or the info product done. What was crazy is that I went like 4 years trying to manage a team with friends, not in the great skill sets, not in developing the team for the needs that we needed for the business. They were better suited in other roles that we didn't have for them at the time because we weren't that type of company. And then they were trying to create content and do all of these things when you should be hiring the people who know how to do that because it's taking too much time. And then because of that, I was spending more time being an operational person and then managing all of these people doing things that some of them doing things that they're not suited to do. So they're procrastinating and not doing anything. I stressed myself out completely. That's one of the breakdowns I had and like realizations that I needed to like step back and like get away from this. And then finally, when we split from the team and then split from the second thing that we were building, within 30 days of that, I made money. That's the crazy part. So if I was able to focus on my strengths ahead of time instead of managing this team and bringing in the right people, knowing how to filter in people, knowing how to filter in motivation, those are all things I had to learn. I read so many books on leadership, management, motivation, right fit, and then trying to use that on my team at the time. But and wasn't focusing on the business. And that's one of the reasons why our business didn't grow for like the last 4 years.
What you're saying your experience almost feels like me with myself. Like I'm so focused on trying to like do the best I can and not really at the benefit of the company because I can only do so much. I'm passionate, I'm excited, I'm focused, I'm dedicated, but it's like I can only do so much. And some of the things that I'm doing are not necessarily my area of expertise.
Exactly.
So anyway, going back to the away girl story. So, when I think about that story of, how they made that happen, it's in the back of my mind. And I think about Tom's too. When the Tom's shoe guy thing happened, like he made a couple of the shoes and, it happened to like get picked up by, I don't know, maybe LA Times wrote an article about it or something. Meanwhile, he had no like fully formed production, anything at that point. He just happened to have a handful of shoes, that he was just trying to sell to make some, some side cash for the cause he had over in Guatemala, wherever that was. And the what's it called? The attention forced them to get it together. Like he had to fly back to Guatemala and like go do all that stuff to get it going. So I feel like in mine, it's almost like the case is almost reversed, where we focus heavily on our production, which I think is still good. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't regret all that we've done, but it's like now I got to figure out how to get the buzz. I got to figure out how to, get attention around this business, and it's going to be multi-pronged. I see the importance of SEO now and content building on the site, and I'm going to definitely prioritize that and keep that. There will be an arm of Elisa Mama dedicated to that part. There's also going to need to be another arm dedicated to that external facing marketing and figuring out how to get in front of the right audience and the right publications and the right people that can get the word out on Elisa Mama. Because right now I think we're severely lacking on that, and it's gonna. I mean, I'm sure it will be costly. It will be costly to, maybe hire someone or contract with an organization or a company or whatever who does it. There will be costs, but I think it's a worthwhile investment to give us some, I don't know, to amplify our the effort.
So you're basically multiplying your time.
Multiplying my time, and that's what I have to remember. Multiplying my time.
You're multiplying your time.
Yeah, because I have all these ideas, but it's like I can't move fast enough.
Same. That's how I felt about all the ideas and strategy I'd have for like businesses. And then whenever friends would be like, "Can I just pay you to do this?" Just like Fisayo, just like, "Sorry, I'm focusing on a business. I don't have the time, but I'll strategize with you."
Yeah. So I feel like this is like Elisa Mama like 2.0 now. Like now I want to start taking this very, very seriously. Like I'm going to start taking it very seriously. The LLC is the next in line. I'm going to work on that like ASAP, probably this weekend. I'm going to, start getting that together. And I'm going to start putting down my numbers. Like, okay, what do I need to invest in Elisa Mama to meet our most immediate goals? And be okay with that. I'm going to be okay with it because I know, I'm convinced that there's an opportunity here. I'm totally convinced. So if I'm so convinced, I shouldn't shy away from. Matter of fact, I had someone reach out to me at some point that am I interested in them investing in Elisa Mama, and I didn't encourage it because I don't know. I didn't see the need for it. So we're gonna get serious. So I just need to figure out how to spend, how to the steps to take, because no matter what, I'm still gonna have to be very a good steward of the business. But I do also now have to understand that I have to take certain bold steps, multiply my time, and things of that nature. And at that point, the Instagram. Oh, let me tell you guys a little story. Maybe that's what probably like part of the reason that frustrated me. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? So, as you know, for social media, one of the big things is engagement. Everyone wants engagement. You want people commenting, following you, liking you. So every so often, there are what you call like engagement pods, where a group of people come together to say, okay, we're gonna all support one another to help build our engagement. So I was pulled into one of these pods of like 30 businesses, and the whole objective is when someone posts a item on their profile, you would go engage, comment, like, and then they would do the same for you. So I got into this like 2 weeks ago. And after like the third day, I thought, what the heck am I doing? Like, what the heck am I freaking doing? And no offense to those who are in the pods, but they were not in the caliber of businesses that's not where I'm trying to be. That's not my vision for Elisa Mama. Chasing this like onesie twosies followers, looking at my engagement score for my post, like, oh, how many people engaged with my post? Or what was the impression? Like, this is not what I'm about. Like, I'm not trying to do this for this. Like, this is not the reason why I'm doing this. Like, who cares about, it doesn't matter if I sell or I don't sell for the next year. If I am working towards my overarching goal for Elisa Mama, that will be time well spent. Because I'm in this for the long run. Like, I don't care about making sales right now. I care about putting the bricks in place, building the foundation to build a long-lasting, successful business. I am not chasing some onesie-twosie sales You know, that's not my focus. And I'm not going to let that start driving what I'm putting into the business. So I'm beginning to see myself being motivated by that immediate gratification where it's like, oh, I got a sale, yay. You know, I got another sale, yay. It's like, listen, but this shouldn't even matter. As long as I'm putting in the right steps, eventually the dividends are going to come. Eventually it'll pay off. I'm getting my content together. I'm getting my website together. You know, I'm building those backlinks type of relationships. What's it called? Getting in front of the right people, publications and all that. Even if I don't sell right now, if I'm able to get all of those pieces going, when the sale starts happening, it'll be like a domino effect. Once I start ranking number one, or at least on the first page, like I wouldn't be able to stop sales. Like sales will come. So that freaking engagement pod.
I could have told you about them engagement pods.
You know about them?
I knew about them. So okay, so the thing about engagement pods, it's they're everywhere from Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and especially in the Twitch market. So when sponsors look at Twitchers, there's like this really big one. They check if there's fake engagement. So they'll go into these pods and then verify if those Twitch streamers are legitimate and if they should get sponsored. If you're caught in any of those Twitch sponsors X you out and you're on the blacklist. The other thing that's bad from a marketing standpoint is we call them vanity metrics on like the analytics portion,
That's
where you have to know if they're actually really driving sales, and if not, you're just getting likes, impressions that don't actually move your business forward. And they also they'll skew your data. You may get more likes, you may get more engagement, but it's fake engagement. It's from businesses that aren't within your market.
So also, the other thing is, based on your Instagram's algorithm of people that it shows your content to is also driven by the people that are engaging with you. And that's the other thing I think about. When you have these randoms, you know, who are engaging, Instagram might think, oh yeah, that's the market, and start showing your stuff to people like them, whereas they're not the ones that you're trying to reach.
Yeah. So your algorithm gets messed up. Your marketing efforts, like say when I'm like running like retargeting ads, now they're gonna get retargeted, and that's not good. Same, and then also with running lookalike audiences based on people who've engaged with my post, now they're getting added into it, and I don't want to target any of those people. So that's where like on the marketing side, as a digital marketer, if I was helping clients out, that's where it sucks.
It's true. I thought about all these things, and yeah. So I don't think it's, and you know, it looks sketchy too. Like honestly, when I get like my 5 authentic comments, I would rather have that like from my true followers than like fans. 30 just artificial comments from like random people, random businesses.
And when you get those authentic ones, you're actually knowing what content really resonates. Exactly. Instead of just having it from a pod, now you don't really know, you don't really get good feedback of what content and what you're generating. So now it's just fake, and then now you don't really have like a compass to be able to hold your content accountable. That's the other thing too.
All right, so engagement pods, we're gonna scratch that one out.
Scratch that out.
Good to know. But yeah, it was from doing that I thought, what am I doing? Like, what are you freaking doing? Like, what is wrong with you? This is what you're gonna spend your time. This is how you're gonna become number one, by doing this. This is how. And you chase like a little 5-10 followers, and this is the way. Seriously. So I shook my head at myself and said, what is wrong with you? So yeah. So I'm gonna start thinking. I'm gonna start taking the steps of someone who's trying to build something long-lasting, successful, impactful. Start taking those steps. You know, yeah.
That's good.
And leave some skin in the game. Have some skin in the game.
The other thing too is, it's like an analysis of like, what is my highest priority for the ROI on the efforts that I have to do, right? That was one of the realizations for me too, is like, I haven't been creating micro content because there's more things that matter right now, like building the virtual business or building the virtual team, but also getting clients. So that's why I created that list of actually getting clients and then outreaching to have like consistent revenue and services, and also going on and now trying to create the virtual team and getting together and like have something like reliable, that's important than just trying to create micro content for a business I don't even have yet.
That's true. That's true. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh, and then I was gonna add, I don't know if I mentioned this. I think at some point in the course of the next few months, I'm gonna be doing something around, if I do bring on like any kind of like PR representation, I'm gonna have some kind of like almost like a rebranding, or like almost like Lisa Mama Phase 2 something.
Lisa
Like
Mama 2.0.
2.0, Lisa Mama 2.0, 2.0. I'm thinking about it. I don't know for sure, but I'm like my logo, like all my like brand. I've casually been working on that, or not working on it, but I sort of casually have it in place, but it's not, I'm not proud of my logo. I'm not. And if I'm not proud of it, like that's a problem, you know? So I'm thinking about just getting it together. Just getting it together better. Like, cause I don't have it all the way together. I don't. And I see gaps and I see opportunities and things that I need to do differently to get it together. That's one. Did I already talk about a local team?
No, you haven't talked about a local team.
Okay. As I was thinking about, I thought I did. Maybe I was just thinking in my head.
Going back really quick before you move on to the next point. So you're working on your whole brand identity and package then. That's what it.
I need to. That's
okay.
the goal.
That's the next step, right? Okay.
No, well, so that's not what the next step. I'm gonna write what you just said right down. Brand identity and package.
Yeah, that's gonna be if you want to search up like resources, search up brand identity on like Google. That's like the keyword in the marketing space for it.
Okay, brand identity. So yeah, I'm gonna call it that. All I have was rebranding, but yeah, I need to get it. I need to like elevate my brand identity. But what I was thinking about, as I was sort of thinking about going back to the whole vision of wanting to be, oh yeah, you got you. Oh yeah,
go ahead.
You're pulling up Fisayo. Look at you. As I was thinking about my vision of, my listen on my vision, wanting to be number one kid space, I realized that I am going to need. I feel like I talked about this. Did I talk about?
I don't think you talked about this.
about like production.
Oh, okay. You talked about production, like that you might need, but you didn't talk about local team. You talked about.
What did I say about production?
You said that for logistics and then becoming number one, that you would need to have. Yeah, for being number one, that you would need to, you wouldn't be able to rely on your production team as it is right now, and then you'd have to get like a manufacturer or something.
Yes, I'm like, I feel like I talked about it.
Yeah, but you're talking about locally. Local?
Yeah. So right now, we're in Southern California.
I thought you'd be thinking about like in Nigeria or something. So
no,
it'd be here. Oh, okay.
Out here, most likely out here. Either out here, because I don't think I want to do. I mean, the thought would be China, but I'm thinking out here, like in the
Wuhan, China.
No, Wuhan, China, not today. Because where the fashion district is right here in LA.
It is.
And people come to the fashion district to produce garments from other states.
Forever 21 was built in the fashion district as a small store. Then it became this huge worldwide company. Like their dad owned the company, I think, and then they came and helped. But like that started as one of those stores in the fashion district.
And I know the fashion district too, because I used to go there with my mom back in the day. So I'm thinking very actively, because if, say, for instance, someone, I start getting, getting publicity and people want to come, I get this huge order. How am I going to fulfill it? How do I fulfill it? So I think I'm going to have to diversify my production, whereby certain things will have to be, can be produced locally out here if need be. Have a partnership with, some manufacturers out here in LA who understand our patterns, be able to produce our items, and can be called on to produce some of our items.
That works. That's a good risk mitigation strategy. Because
Yeah,
thinking ahead, it's like, okay, what's worst case scenario? My team is completely at capacity, and I have this order that needs to be fulfilled now.
exactly. Because as I'm gonna start thinking about marketing and PR and all that, there are issues that come with that, which is production. And I'm gonna need to be in a place whereby we are able to deliver when that time comes. So at least start building those relationships, start going out there and identifying potential, maybe having them do some test runs, figuring out what the logistics will look like, what the arrangement will look like, having all of that information, and then putting that into consideration as I'm making any sort of even financial decisions, right? Because if by chance I have to use them, then that will factor into pricing for our products, depending on how much they will charge to produce. And so I don't want to wait until I get like a huge order. Then I start scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, who do I use? What do I do? So I'm going to prioritize building those relationships and having like a onshore production team.
That's from work.
Onshore, yeah.
That's like keywords at work. Is it for offshore or is it onshore BAs?
Some onshore production team. So I think I know that's critical. That's an important piece of going to number one. So you see why that vision is so important?
It is.
Like that now that's like really anchoring all my thinking and all my my planning. Because now I'm realizing that, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm not doing enough. This is not gonna work in order to get there. So yeah.
Yeah, you're inspiring me. I gotta do my vision later.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, that's all I've been up to. All
That's
I've been
good.
thinking about.
That's a lot. The sigh of relief.
I don't know. I don't know if it's sigh of relief.
There's the sigh
Yeah,
of more to come.
yeah. I guess. Yeah, definitely more to come. Definitely a whole lot more to come. Yeah, some level of seriousness. Yeah. And the other thing I would like to honestly, it's just I don't even know how I would go about it. I do want a team of I want a team. I don't want to be the one man. I don't want to be a one man show. One thing that's most important to me more than anything else is that Elisa Mama succeeds. It will be nice if I'm able to do this as a full-time job. I'm able to live a comfortable life off of Elisa Mama. But what's most important to me more than anything is that this work continues and the mission, is supported and all that. And going back to the fact that I am a rate limiting step, I'm a bottleneck, and I can only do so much. I really feel that having a partnership would be beneficial to the cause.
Agreed.
So how do I find a partner? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel like we're like in the next steps of the same thing.
Are we going to are we turning a corner? Are we like
It's like now, okay, it's like where are they?
yeah. That's I think it will be beneficial to the business if there was another body who was also committed and wanting to see this succeed. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out the how. We have to.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, did I add that to my list? I don't think I've added that to my goals for Elisa Mama. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add that. A partner. I don't want to be I want to be a co-founder because I'm the founder. My partner.
Yeah. So business partner.
Business partner. Yeah. Business partner. I need a business partner.
Nice.
What the heck? Hang on a second. Someone's calling I didn't log off. I didn't log off from work.
You didn't log off work? You're still available?
I didn't log off from work. And then I hear someone calling me.
I already logged off.
Did you tell her you were logging off?
No. She's like, we could go at 2 and early. So, and I left like at 2:45. So I was
Yeah, but I just realized oh, it's her.
like, I overachieved.
It's her.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
here's what I'm
Oh, she
gonna.
was just texting her phone.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause the recording.
Oh, and then you started to record again.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where we left off, but
It's a good question.
I will add. I didn't add this earlier. So like I said, I've been getting some like wholesale outreaches, and initially I was pretty excited, like yay sales, but the margins on those are so low that it's like, yeah. And then what really infuriated me was I've been getting the orders through the website Fair, and Fair has this thing where on the first order they charge you 25%. For those who don't know what Fair is, it's like a marketplace for it's a curated marketplace where they link businesses who create stuff to buyers, wholesale buyers. But it's really very skewed to favor the buyers. So they have like a free return policy. Although when they return, you the seller does not get dinged. They return to Fair. So no matter what, once you produce and you sell to them, if they ever return, Fair is going to take ownership of that product. So it's not your responsibility. But then, like I said earlier, they charge you 25% off your first order. What I thought it meant like the first order on Fair, but no, it's your first order per customer.
Oh, got it.
So every time you get a new order, you are going to pay Fair 25% off of an already low wholesale price, which to me is ridiculous. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to adjust my prices to account for this. And I'm going to adjust my prices. That's what I'm going to do.
Do that. You should do that.
And I'm going to limit the stock that I sell through Fair as well. I'm going to limit the options that I offer through Fair to the things that I'm trying to get rid of. And anything else, if you want to find out about me, you're going to come buy it from me separately, not through Fair. So.
You get to contact the people through Fair through email or something? Or is it just through the app or the website?
It's through the app. They make it through the app. But they can always find you. Like I've had people reach out to me that found me on Fair. They reach out to me on Instagram, like, oh, I saw you at Fair, and they want me to, contact them through email.
Is there terms of service where you can't negotiate a contract outside of Fair?
I'm sure it's somewhere in the fine print.
Because I was about to say,
but if they reach out to me, I'm not going to turn them down.
Yep.
If someone finds me and says, I saw you on Fair, I'm going to be like, oh, no, you have to now go through Fair to email me. I cannot talk to you. No. So, but yeah, 25%, off of wholesale price.
How much is it afterwards? After when they were a
15%,
repeat buyer? 15%? That's still pretty high.
That's still pretty high. Granted, they get you in front of all these people that you otherwise would never have met. I think the only advantage is if after you engage, maybe that's why they make it so high, because they might think that you might no longer work through Fair. Maybe you might decide to work with a customer directly.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would be a way to do that. But if you increase all your prices to account for the fair margin, that's what retailers do anyways through the supply chain.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do that. So I thought it was 25% off of your first order, and everything else is gonna be 15%. So I'm like, okay, cool, we can handle this. And then my very next order again, 15%. And I'm like 25%. I'm like, what the heck? Give me my money. So yeah. But let's see what else. So I guess we can move on. That was a very long section there. We had a lot to say. We're now starting to have very mature discussions here.
We are learning, growing.
Yeah, we're coming a long way on this journey. Yeah,
a lot of new things. A lot of new things that are coming up.
Yeah, definitely a lot of new things. Definitely learning, discovery, new discoveries. Pretty exciting. So Jeff, what are you going to be doing over the next week?
I'm gonna finish my database list of prospects to message. I'm gonna keep continuing 2 hours to focus to build that habit. I'm gonna finish the finishers formula, that course, and
Mhm.
then I'm going to outreach and start building a team. I'm gonna start with Upwork, look and then figure out how to vet people, create the criteria, like a checklist of what I have to go through. I also, so for people looking to hire freelancers, one of the things you always want to do is know what type of freelancer you're working with, because they could be really good salespeople, but you don't understand what their personality type is. And so one of the things that there's like 16personalitytypes.com, which is based off Myers-Briggs.
Mhm.
If you're trying to hire like a very detail oriented person and they score on Myers-Briggs as somebody who's not detail oriented, you may not want to hire them. So
Mhm.
that's one of the ways that I filter out for different people. Also, another way that I filter out for different people is you want people who are proactive, that do go above and beyond. You put that inside the profile. I put it inside my PS line, or I put it somewhere in the middle. So if these people are not reading my little details of what I want from them, they're not going to be somebody I want to work with.
But how would
There's,
you know if they're reading it or not?
because I put something very specific inside there for them to reply to.
Oh.
I tell them they have to take the test, which is one thing. But I also say, when you read this, I like people with detail oriented. When you read this, please tell me a story of how you got into whatever I'm looking for: copywriting, website design, whatever it is. And then if it's nowhere to be found in my responses,
Then they're not detail
they're
oriented.
ignored. Yeah. So this is from working with freelancers and working with the team, of like knowing how to like get good proactive people. So that's part of it. And then on top of that, when I start narrowing down the list, I'll give them like a little work challenge to do. Or maybe I'll hire them on like a very small project to see what their effort is for my own business or for my own personal brand. And then that'll give me a taste of like, are they actually proactive? Are they self-motivated? How do they deliver? How do they take criticism? Instead of me hiring them for actual clients.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing for like my little business, or for building my
Question
personal brand.
though,
Yeah.
how are you gonna pay? I mean, how are you gonna get funds to pay them? It's out of your personal.
I have an allocated budget for how much I invest into the business. And I have like a savings fund of just the business. And then so I'm just gonna take out of that.
Putting some skin in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the hardest part.
So yeah, I have a monthly budget of money that just goes into that fund. And then on top of my regular business expenses. So that's where I pull out money for ads. So that's where I have to like figure out how to get this team. But also on top of that, that's just for my initial test. When I get clients, I'm gonna have clients pay up front or work out some type of payment fee. Then there's obviously gonna be a markup. I'll be able to use that team, freelancer, hopefully get them on longer term or figure out something as I go along. But then I'll get that money up front to be able to pay them. So
Makes sense.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the week coming up, is building the virtual team, going through the programs, and then vetting out, and then also creating that contact list, and then eventually reaching out to prospects.
Cool.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing.
All right, I have 1% left on my battery here. So let me
Okay.
tell you what I'm doing real quick.
Like a chop chop.
I'm gonna apply for my LLC next week. In the next week, I'm gonna be legit. This one is about to be legit. And then I'm going to identify. What do I do? I need to. Do you have the same problem? Is it just me, or I feel like I never believe, like anytime I see an ad online, like I always just feel like it's like someone trying to like take advantage of me.
Well, I'm one of those people who makes those ads. So what I do is, I'm actually one of the easiest people to sell to if you have a legitimate business. Because I'm a marketer, I'm open to being pitched. But if you're like hard selling me and I don't need it, I that's when like I get really mad. And I will be like really cold to like a lot of people who try to sell to me in that type of way. But if you have like a legitimate product and it's solving a need that I have, I will look them up. I will go through their Yelp. I will see if they're registered. I will see what their review. I'm
Oh,
like,
so that's what I need to start doing. That's very helpful because for me, honestly,
yes,
I'm always very like
be
wary of people.
skeptical. Be skeptical.
I'm like uber skeptical, but then it's like I also do ads, and I'm not lying. Like what I say is true. So why would anyone like go out of their way to lie to me?
Mm-hmm. There's a
So I need
legitimate
to remember
business.
that.
You just got to filter through the people that are bad and that
Okay.
aren't going to be serving you. But if they're like legitimately like 5-star, they created case studies of people who
I
were
don't even go that far. I'm just like you're sketchy.
yeah.
No.
But I mean, like if they're solving a need that you want, then look them up. Look them
Okay,
up.
I will do that. I will do that. So I guess what I was trying to get at is I'm going to start doing some research on the kind of support that I'm looking for the business. Really documenting what they are, and then start doing some research on potential resources. So I'm gonna start doing that, and also start looking into the whole fashion district.
Mm.
I already have some contacts with in the garment district. So start making the outreach and starting some preliminary research. And then for my content. So that's the content work is gonna keep going no matter what else is going on. Like that's gonna like keep happening. So actually that was not my intern. That's the little one. That's the manual work intern who came by earlier. Her older sister.
So you have two
So
interns?
well, yeah. She's not that
Look at
serious.
you, two interns.
I know I have a staff, but the other one, she's gonna be the one who's gonna be helping me with the blog content creation
Oh,
and
remind me
give me.
later to send you a good resource on how to write amazing blog posts.
Okay, please
I have a
send it to
course,
me.
and it's like the recipe, building blogs. All she needs to do
Okay,
is just
just
follow
let's
it.
stop talking. Just send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me.
1%. I remember. Keep going.
No, now I have my what's it called? I have my real charger. Like
Oh,
I'm like jerry rigging a charger situation right here. So
nice.
it might stay longer, but yeah. So I do want to prep her though. So yeah, I would appreciate that resource so she can start getting familiar with how to write this kind of content. So yeah, we're gonna have that going. I think our goal is to do like I don't know. I think an article a week or something, or 2 a week. We want to just build the content, like just build the content and content library and have that going because that's part of the long game. So that's gonna be going on, and then yeah, doing all my research, getting my LLC. That's a goal for this next week.
Nice.
Yep. Yep. So, do we have anything to offer our listeners here? Any tip of the day? Any resource to offer?
I kind of gave my tip earlier.
I know. I feel
The
like I
freelancer
know.
tip that I was talking about. I was gonna save that for the end, but I got motivated.
Well, yeah. So hopefully you all caught Jeff's abundance tips in his
Of hiring a freelancer. Or
yeah. So
anybody. You can use this for anybody, even like if you're hiring
yeah.
a full-time staff too.
Yeah. And my own is, I guess, kind of goes back to what I said earlier. You have to have skin in the game. You need to make sure your effort is commensurate to your vision for your business, whatever your business is. The vision for your business is. Make sure that your effort is in alignment and check yourself. Check
Before
yourself
you wreck yourself.
what? Before you
Before
hurt
you wreck
yourself?
yourself.
Before you wreck yourself, exactly. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. So make sure you do that inventory every so often to make sure that you are doing enough for your vision.
Okay, let me summarize. I'll summarize my tip then, since Fisayo summarized hers. So when you're hiring, yeah, I feel pressure. This is good. This will make for good micro content, anyways. You want to detail oriented, proactive, motivated, putting little filters within your copy of your description of what they're going to reach out to you. And then you also want to build in opportunities for them to go above and beyond everybody else. That's how you know somebody is actually proactive and motivated, because it's really hard to tell. There's a lot of people who are really good at talking, but you want to see those people, like if you put in a little challenge, but you build in an opportunity for them to go above and beyond, you're like, well, you could do this and it would be a plus. The people who are very good are going to do the plus.
Thank you. That's a very important comment you just made right there, because going back to my cousin here, the younger one who came by earlier, I'm always like motivating her and encouraging her, like, don't always take the shortcut. Like,
Don't.
opportunities, and maybe this would be a topic for next time, is opportunities never present themselves as opportunities. You know, they always present themselves as something boring, mundane, extra work, no fun, not exciting. But those are the true opportunities. That's where it lies.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, it kind of goes to what you're saying. Like, you know, you want to give them a chance to, you know, give that extra and see who takes it. You know, if you're unwilling to do that extra when you haven't been hired, you're not going to do that extra after you get the job. You know, so I think it's just a reminder in everything that we do. You know, just not just like in our hustle, even our corporate life, our personal life. Like, do the extra, take that extra step. That's where the opportunity lies.
That's how you find rock stars. That's how you find
Absolutely.
rock stars.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It keeps reminding me back to the Voyage LA article and Ryan Seacrest. So
That's my tip. Just being able to build that in so you can find the people who are actually motivated. Because people can talk. You want to judge them based on their action. And then the other thing too was the personality test. It could be 16 personality types, or it could be anything else. Disc assessment. There's like free online, because you want to know the type of person. If does that personality type fit the role that you need them to fit, and you also know how to communicate them when they come onto your team. So those are all the things that are really important that I had to learn the hard way. All over the years of having a team, those are the things that I've learned. So that's my tip.
Thank you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, I think we're a good place to wrap up. Thank you all for joining us yet again for another episode of Entrepreneurs with Jobs. And until next time, per usual, keep doing the damn thing.
Do the damn thing.
All right, cut.
Cut.